What's going on, guys? I have another video talking about that C9 Blue versus V1 series, and I did a review on the use of C9's KO in this game, and Icebox, right? But my buddy Casey, if you're watching this, Casey, thanks for the video idea. He was talking about how C9 juggles an operator throughout multiple agents throughout the game, and I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting, right? Because normally when you think of an operator, you think of Jet, right? Well, surprisingly enough, Jet isn't really the only agent that can use an operator. And I used to be one of the only ones, I used to be one of the people who thought that. Like, Jet's the only agent that can use an op. She's the only one who can op. And on Breeze, like, okay, when you're executing onto a site, like, let's say, for example, you're taking the B site, it takes you a decent amount of time for you to get from here all the way to here, or like here, to like punish somebody with an operator, right? So like a Viper, normally when you're playing B site, like you're gonna see her op, right? She usually plays here and she ops from here or back site, and then she can usually get away for free. And juggling an operator on a map like Breeze and a couple other maps, like it can work. It can work. It works pretty effectively, and I'm going to show you a couple rounds where this works. So I'm going to take you through the rounds where they use this operator, and they start. Cloud9 uses the operator starting round 6, and Jet uses it to hold anybody pushing out of this A main area. In order to get this Jet off this operator, you're gonna have to use a Sova drone or a Skydog to get it out of there. So you can see that V1 is working their way up hallway. They use this operator. They're also using an operator, coincidentally. But it's funny because an operator is a really strong way to take this hallway control, because the common way to clear hallway is to just like peek it, like just jiggle it real quick. So if you have an operator there, that's something you're not going to want to peek, and then that basically gives them all of halls for free. I mean, I don't think Zeta knows that there's an operator there, but like I said, it's just a good way to take halls, especially combined with this Viper smoke that they have at the end of here. They're going to pop in a second. I think it's a really effective way of taking halls control. So let's play out the round. You have KO mauling double doors after hearing the Sova drone to sort of like have the util cancel each other out. Zeta sees somebody cross over. They're playing with this door switch, which is really annoying, by the way. Like, you can never get this door open if you have somebody on the other side. So you really have to have somebody coming from A main to order and clear this guy out. And I think that's what Rain is going to try and do here. So let's keep it playing. They're focused on halls, not worrying about the guy A main anymore. KO pops his ulti, so it's a lot harder for them to take the site now. Randa doesn't have her blinds, so they can't scale up with her flashes. Again, which is why KO is super good. I talked about this yesterday. But I just wanted to show you this is the first round they bust out the op. And then I'm going to take us to the next round when they use it, which is this round. And then this is where the operator actually gets use from Jet. So she's peeking that same angle again because they didn't see it last time. They didn't see the setup that they had. She's peeking, Leaf is peeking, trying to get this guy jump spotting. He misses, and he has to back off. So they know the operator is backed off. I think Vanity gets a little too aggressive out of his Viper ult on an eco round. On an eco, you have shit weapons, and you don't usually want to give people duels like this. And I think most people know this was a mistake that he made. I mean, we all make mistakes. We all get a little greedy. He didn't hear anybody, so maybe he thought he had a timing on somebody or something. Maybe he wanted to get the orb, but yeah, this was kind of a throw by him. But regardless, this isn't about the operator, or that's whatever. So let's keep moving forward to the next round. Okay, so we're taking us to round 10 now, where the operator is going to be in the hands of Vanity. And notice what I said about Viper's positioning. The way she's playing right here, if she's playing back site like this, it's a lot harder to punish an operator. Even if you're a Jet, you can't dash up on her because your dash only gets you so far, right? So let's see how this works out for him. And they know the operator is playing towards A last time, right? And they saw the Jet, right? So by juggling an operator between teammates, you think like, okay, well, let's find the operator and go to the opposite site. Or like, if Jet's there, she's probably opping. Or like, you know what I mean? It messes with an enemy team's game plan because they're planning around this operator. And by switching it around through different agents, it can mess with the team's game plan. And I think that worked kind of well. And if you look at this Viper smoke too. So first off, another good way to take, like, to fight this B main angle is to swing from both bottom and window here. So you're both fighting this angle at the same time, and then it overwhelms anybody holding this angle, right? And it forces them to hit one of the shots or back off, right? Or maybe you just kill the guy that's peeking, right? So I don't think they expected the Viper to be holding that operator there. And then if you notice Viper's smoke, this is really interesting. They have it placed like to the left. I'm pretty sure this was on purpose. The way that it's placed here, it allows Viper to safely move away and like play the retake on the site, but at the same time, if she wants to peek again and find another kill, she can, and that gap in the smoke allows her to do so, which I think is really cool. I've never seen something like that before. So I'm going to play this out, and you're going to see Viper. She's holding it. She ops the Sova drone, and she's able to get away. She's able to get away to safety and play retake on this B site. So it makes sense if you're an operator, right? So I'm going to take us over to the next round. I'm not playing out these rounds because they're not. I'm trying to emphasize the importance of this operator and juggling it between teammates. And like teams do this. Jet isn't the only agent that can op, and you can do it with a bunch of different agents. And then you can see Viper, since she's playing this retake on the B site, she repositions over to Nest. Sova switches positions with her to play for information on the B main to see if they're still pushing. And then she's able to find a pick onto this mid guy, which I think is really huge. Obviously, a lot more happened in between, but like, it's still, I still think it's pretty cool. So they run the round, and on this round, they give it to my boy Cypher. V1 takes a timeout, and he's going to be playing in this Halls position. And the same exact concept applies here. They can't punish this operator if there's all of this space in between. And a good way to hold Halls control, to keep Halls control, is to put an operator there, because there isn't much duty you can to take Halls besides throw a smoke here or maybe drone it out or something. But an operator is a really solid way to hold that control. It's almost seen as an anchor to the site, or to a site. Some NA production here, and we're not going to see the gunfight here, which is really unfortunate, but I think Mitch just needs to hit his shot. I mean, everybody whiffs. I mean, it happens. But you're going to see that he gets, you know, kind of destroyed by this bulldog, and it happens, whatever. Yeah, loses the gunfight in hallway. And that's something you need to keep in mind too, that if you're going to pull something off like this in on a team-based setting, you need to make sure that everybody in your team can use an op. Vanity was good for one. Jet, I think, might have been good for one. But just make sure your team can op, and a strategy like this can work. Juggle the op, so the enemy team's always thinking like, oh, where's this operator going to be? And even if they find one of the operators, there still could be another one. Like, there could be more. Like, your Jet could still have one, but the enemy team doesn't know that. You know what I mean? So they're like super pressured. They're using all of this utility. They're using like Skydog, Sova Drone, Cypher Cam. They're using everything to clear out these like 500 operators, to the point where they don't have like utility for the site hits. And I think this strategy is super interesting to use. So let's go to the last round now, where this operator is now going to be in the hands of your boy Sova. And the reason why Sova can op is because Sovas on Breeze are usually playing in this, up here, in this mid, I guess, nest area, so they can provide information for their team almost anywhere on the map. They can shoot information for mid, they can do it for hallway, they can do it for A main, they can do it for B main, they can like literally find info all over the place. And that same operator concept is being applied in halls. Like, this operator is extremely strong at holding halls control, and if he has to give up hallway, then he can move over to bridge and opt for people on A main. So it's just a very flexible weapon that you can use, and I think they have two ops. Yeah, they have one for Cypher, and they have one for Sova. Mitch is good for one with his op this time, but like, so they know one op's here, so like they don't know if another operator can be somewhere else. You know, I explained this whole thing already, but it was a really strong round, and they're really abusing these long gunfights that you have to take on Breeze with these operators, and they really shut out the rounds 8-4 because an operator is a really strong weapon, and the team comp that V1 is using isn't really built to, let's rewind this for a second, isn't really built to, I guess, beat these ops. Yeah, you have the Rain of Blinds and you have the Sova Drone, but past that, you don't have much else. And if you have somebody shooting the Rain of Blinds for your operator, those blinds are kind of useless. You know what I'm saying? Because the Rain of Blinds are one of the weakest utility in the game. They don't provide as much value to you, and it's like the same thing on Icebox. You shoot the Sova Drone, you shoot the Recon Dart for your jet opping, you shoot the drone, you shoot the Rain of Flash, and yeah, it works really well. Now this same concept can be applied to other agents. Like this whole thing is possible. Like not Jet isn't the only person that can op, and that's the whole point in this video. I was watching Steel stream, this was a while ago, and he talked about one game plan that 100 Thieves would do, and this is a game plan that you could do. If you wanted, I guess. And it was on Ascent. And Ascent, they did the same thing. So one of the most common duos in the game is Sova and Killjoy, right? Defense. So you got your boys Killjoy, Sova, you got both of them here. And now a strat that they would do is they would throw an alarm bot in mid, like so. Alarm bot would go here. Molly would go here to stop anybody from like aggressively pushing up this mid area. And then he would throw his turret here. It was either his turret here or his turret on Boathouse. I don't remember which one it was, but or then maybe he would have his alarm bot here. Okay, regardless, what would happen is, let's just say the turret was on Boathouse, for example, and it would also help the push from mid. Killjoy would have the operator, right? And Sova, what we do at the start of the round, Sova would drone, right? And he would drone all the way to whatever. He would drone to whatever. And if this drone actually cleared B main, he would leave Killjoy here, and Sova would rotate off, and he would join his teammates. I don't know who his teammates are or whatever. He would join his teammates over on A, and then they would 4-stack one half of the map. They would 4-stack like this literal half of the map, and then they would leave the Killjoy plus your stalling utility on the other half of the map. So let's say one person gets opt and they try to follow off it. Well, they can't because Killjoy, I forgot to mention, she has a nano here. She opts, falls back, pops her nano. They can't follow up off her. Maybe he repositions here, finds another op kill. He's stalling enough so his teammates, if they end up going B after this recon drone, he can stall enough so his teammates can rotate across. Already after getting a couple picks. If maybe he doesn't, but like still, he's still buying his team enough time to rotate. Yeah, so I just basically wanted to show you guys that anybody can op, and C9 proved it yesterday, and they did a pretty good job at it. So if you want to pick it up with operator and ranked, don't be afraid to. Just make sure you have a buddy with you, because if this drone does get broken, Sova would stay here and help the Killjoy. He would break a Skydog, break Sova drone, a dart, a turret, whatever. So yeah, pick up an operator. It's fun to use. It'll get you out of low ranks too, because nobody knows how to play around them. But that's for another video. So I hope you guys learned something from this. I know I did, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.